Right, yeah, again that chip's in the white, very low. Yeah, the wing tanks, spare fuel tanks. Yeah, that's, I've had a couple of models like that. One was the Flower Class Corvette from Revel. I'm actually building one of those. Well, I was building one of those a while back. I've got to get back to that, and I will do a video on that. Be a long video to first start because I've actually done a lot of work on it. I haven't actually got any pictures of it during working. I will have this time round though. Yeah, the open vents are there and the closed vents are there. You can see these are the open, these are the closed. They've got them the opposite ways, but never mind. Yeah, there's a back radio pack that's usually on the behind the pilot's head. Air brakes, I could see one little stress mark on the air brake there. I'm trying to move this so I can see, you know, through the gloss plastic. No, that's about it on that sprue. Yeah, some very small parts on there I might have problems with. Oh well, we'll see. We'll put that up there. The second one in that bag is the engines, undercarriage wheels, and the second part of the underside of the cockpit side. Oh yes, I can see some stress marks. I can see some stress marks on here. They don't look too bad. Again, I don't think I'll see those once it's been painted. I don't think they're actually marked. They're just a discoloration in the plastic as it cools down, like a crystal growing. Engine intakes, very nice, very nice. I'll have to make sure I do a very light coatings on those so I won't lose the detail. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, that seems to be. Again, I can't see any marks or scratches. Oh, I can't even see any scratches on these. Very nice. Right, now for the last bag. Let's put that over the top of that one, which has got the canopy in it. I'll just let me get this out the way. Here. Right. There we go. Let's oh, one piece loose. Right, put that bag up there. Now, clear canopy. Oh, probably some of you saying, "Oh, he's cutting on his table. Oh, he's going to ruin it." Table, second hand. I actually got it given to me for nothing. It's a drop-down leaf table. Goes right against the wall, out the way when I'm not using it. Anyway, canopy, nice and clear. I think I will see all the detail inside the cockpit, so I'm going to have to really do work on that inside. Lines on the canopy. I'm just looking. It's actually got the twin lines on it. That's another thing I saw on the net last night. I'll leave this in the packet until I actually need it for building or painting. I've got one piece here. Again, it's broken off. It's still got. It's supposed to have two on it. Just feel that edge. Doesn't look like it's damaged the part breaking off. So I'm lucky again there. But when they do break off themselves, they can actually tear the plastic. Right, now the main body, the rear sections, top and bottom there. Yeah. Again, a couple of a couple of stress lines on it. Good bit of detail in the top section for the wheel well. This is a good idea to paint these before you assemble them. As it's obviously it's a lot easier to get to now than when you put that top on it and you have to try and get in here with it. So try to remember that. Sometimes even I get a bit excited and go ahead, put stuff together and think, oh, I should have painted that first. There's some detail on the wheel hatches, or wheel undercarriage doors. Thank you. You can see them here. There's 2 pin marks. I'm going to have to try and fill those without removing any of the pin marks. That's going to be hard, and it's the same on this one here. The fins, because they're double-sided, and so are the elevators on this. They look okay. They look okay. And this is another part. I've seen people put their models together and then try and mask everything up and paint them. These particular sections, the tail plane, you could paint these off the model, so you'll only have to mask, spray it completely yellow, and then mask off and paint the blue on, or spray the blue on, I should say, and then you put them on the model afterwards, because these are an all moving tail plane and they're meant to have a gap between the fuselage and here, so you can actually paint these off and stick them on afterwards, because you don't have to fill them, you see. So the fins, obviously you would have to, although I might think about, because these are actually, if you look on the box here, inside here, inside the fins, you've got a what do you call that, sunburst type paint scheme. I've got a feeling that might be better off doing a paint on these first before attaching them to the model. Then when you attach them to the model, then sand and fill the gap between them just at the bottom here, being careful not to ruin the paint job at the top. So it's already been sprayed, and all you have to do is when you spray the bodywork, it'll just cover up the gap where you filled. Again, the undercarriage will have to be left off for painting. We've got this red stripe down the centre that would have to be sprayed, and again, the wheels, they come down the side of the fuselage, at the engine fuselage side, so it would be hard to get the spray around that, and also that would all be masked over, so best leave those off until later. I know how to do this. I've done it before, and I'll show you the technique I use when I build it. Again, the nose section painted. Again, it's got a nice mould line around it. Once you put the model together and you put the nose on, without gluing, of course, do a dry fit of the nose being put on. If you've got, there is a panel line around that nose section. If it's a nice tight fit, paint it off the model. Wait until you finish the model, and then you can glue the nose cowling on. Yeah, the canopy will have to be glued on. And this is the point I wanted to show you on this model here that the model is done. He's got blue around the bottom of the canopy here on the front, and he's got a white line around the ejection explosive bolts section of the canopy. On the model, on the actual aircraft, on the flight line, I believe it's a different colour, and on the box lid, if you look, it's actually, the artist has painted it in yellow, but he has put in a black, the black canopy at the bottom. The anti-glare paintwork has gone up the canopy, which is supposed to do. I think that's about it for the canopy side and the underside of the fuselage. Now for the wings, the last bit of the detail wings are a couple of stress marks on the wings upper, and on the lower. The engine intakes, I can't see any at the moment. I can't see any at the moment, so they look okay. That's where that part's broken off from, you see. Sometimes these are here again. It's actually, oh, look at that. No, the plastic hasn't spread into this part here, nor it has here or here. The manufacturers might have done that. They might have blocked that up to stop it. So sometimes when the plastic does cool down, these would compress or stretch, so it would move the part. And I think the manufacturers, what they've done on the mould, they've actually blocked this end off here, so it's only attached by one piece of the sprue, to stop that happening. Right, I think that's about it for that one. Now, there will be a build video on this, and just one small point on the JU52 I showed you before. I said there was no broken parts. Well, there isn't, but I found a broken part in the box. I think it might be from a different one, and they've, they might have done it in at the factory.